with Brain Box series. And this is yet another time with Brain Box series. And I want to say a very big thank you to Pastor Chris for this opportunity. And for everyone out there on the farm page, I also want to appreciate you all. And for those who have who has been supporting Brain Box series, I want to say a very big thank you because you guys have really been a source of strength. And for all that you have been doing and for all your beautiful comments, for sharing the videos, I want to say a very big thank you. God bless you all. And for those who are viewing from, listening from home, I also want to appreciate you all. And this is a Brain Box series. And today we'll be looking at, we're trying to consider a topic today titled 5 Life-Changing Habits that can change your life forever. That's 5 life-changing habits which can change your life forever. Successful habits. And you know, you need to sometimes we tend to wonder that many people wonder how they can become highly successful, not realizing that they hold within themselves or they hold everything that they need to achieve all the success in this world. Everything that you ever need to achieve success, everything you ever need to make your dream come true is within you. Now, you need to note that successful people are where they are today because of their habits. That is what we need to understand. There's nothing that falls from the moon or anything that happens just all of a sudden. There's always a pattern. There's always a sequence that things flows from in order for you to get what you need. Now, so this video in this show today, in this Brainbox series today, we're going to be considering that some of these habits, and we're going to be considering 5 of this life-changing habits that if you can put it to practice, these things can actually help you in one way or the other in the things that you find yourself doing. We need to note that everything that you are today and everything that you will ever be or you will ever would accomplish is determined by the quality of the habits that you form. The quality of the habit you form is what informs and what determines who you are, who you're going to be, or who you are already. So we need to know by creating good habits and adopting positive behavior, you too can become more successful. You can become successful. It's not something that you hear from afar. You know, a lot of people believe that success is something that they hear from afar. So it's something that is not attached or particular to them. So they only hear it from afar, they can achieve it. It's quite achievable for everybody. So we need to note that by creating these good habits and adopting positive behaviors, you too can become more successful and you can live a fulfilled life, a very happy life. That's why we need to ask yourself, we need to understand that are things a little bit stagnant for you? Are things what's really unmoving for you? Are you feeling that life, you have lost interest in life? Or you're feeling like that you're not moving or progressing towards the direction of success? Is that the way you're feeling, or you're not progressing towards your goals? Or do you feel like you're repeating the same routine over and over every day on a daily basis and things are not working the way it ought to work for you? Is that the way you're feeling? Or you feel that things are a little bit slow, things are not coming up the way it ought to come up for you? Now you need to know that we see ourselves or our lives most time in these days is centered around what? Working a regular job. You see yourself, you working a regular job, you wake up in the morning, you go to work by 7 a.m. and you go to work by 7 a.m. and you come back by either 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. as the case may be, or you see yourself going to school, coming back, have lots of assignments to do or lots of homework to do. And that has taken the routine. Fine. If you find yourself in this situation, these things are normal. But sometimes you need to understand that at a time like this, you need to take out time to take action and to see the next thing that you need to do for yourself in order to launch yourself into the outer deep, into getting the results that you ought to in life, in order for you not to get saturated. Therefore, that's why this video we are going to be considering in this series, we are going to be considering 5 healthy habits There are more to it. But if we can at least work with this five, I'm telling you that things are going to be a lot more easier and a lot more what different, with the results that you'll be what achieving. Now, number one, life-changing habits that we're going to be considering today is what? Be goal oriented. You need to at every point in time be what? Be goal oriented. And you need to be a habitual goal setter. That is who you need to be on a daily basis. You need to set goals for yourself, because being said that successful people are those who meticulously set goals for themselves and map out the way in which to achieve these goals, to bring it what to realization. You can't want success and not be a goal oriented person, and not be what? A goal oriented. You need to know exactly what you want in life. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve in life. Let life not just move you all around and you see yourself flying all over the places and you don't know what exactly you want to achieve out of life. So let your goal move you into the direction. Let your goal propel you into the doing the right things that you ought to do in order for you to achieve the results that you want. You're sitting out there, you're listening to me, you're out there, and you're being complacent about the way things are going on for you. You don't like the way things are going on, but yet you're not doing anything. You don't have a goal set down for yourself for the things that you want to achieve for yourself. And that's why it's as if things are just the way it is for you. So this is a time for you to challenge yourself. For you to create a good healthy habit, you need to be a goal-oriented person. Be goal-oriented, and that's the only way you can actually get the result that you want out of life, and also get the actual be among the people that will be counted as a successful people in life. Now, the number two healthy habits that we're going to be looking at is to be result driven. And result driven is subdivided into two: continuous learning and time management. For you to be result driven, it's very funny. A lot of time we want the result out of life. You want to get the result out of the thing that you're doing currently, but you're not dedicated to be continuous in learning, because he who stops learning will start dying. Now, you need to note that for you to get what you want out of life, for you to be successful or be counted into the league of the successful people, then you need to do a continuous, you have to input in yourself continuous knowledge. Keep on adding upon it what you know, and keep on improving on your skills. Keep on sharpening it. That's the only way you can get the result and get the best out of that thing that you want to achieve. In life, you need to continue learning. And the next thing that the next factor which is attached to result driven, the first one is continuous learning, and the second one is time management. You need to be conscious with your time. Don't just be everywhere all about at the same time, but not finding an accurate getting an accurate result of the out of the things that you have set out for yourself to achieve. You need to manage your time properly. That's why they said that time is money. You need to understand the time. You need to understand. He said the children of Issachar, they were able to do something different from others, because they understood the time. Everything that you do is time. The money you need is time. The work you're doing to get the result you want out of it is time. If you're able to manage your time properly, then definitely your results will keep on improving on a daily basis. When you add knowledge to time management, then you realize that you'll be result driven, and you get the results actually that you want out of the thing that you've set out for yourself to achieve. Now, the number three habit of successful or healthy habits that we need to imbibe on a daily basis is be people oriented. Be people oriented. You need to understand that you need the people's connection for you to actualize success. There's hardly anything you do in life that does not entail human beings. There's hardly anything you do or you want to achieve that you don't need human beings. You need the people's connection. That is the only way that you can achieve whatever thing you set was to achieve for yourself. Create be people oriented, and that is the only way you can garner the results that you want out of the particular thing that you're doing. There's no business that sells off itself without human being involved. There is nothing that you manufacture that you don't need customers what to buy from you. So you need to be what people oriented, and that is when you see people, you see money. Sometimes a lot of people think that you need actual money. When you have people, when you have the people's connection, that is where what will propel you, and that's what will help you to getting the result, or getting making progress or headway in the thing that you set up for yourself what to do. And the number fourth habit that we need to imbibe and what to inculcate in ourselves on a daily basis is to apply the 80-20% principle. Now we need to understand that who first observed or first discovered the 80% of principle. What does this principle entail? Now, this principle was observed in the 1800s by a great economist known as Wilfredo Pareto. And how did he discover this principle? He discovered this principle by a keen observation that the people in his country home that acquire 80% of the land, 80% of the landed properties acquired in his hometown were acquired by 20% of the population. And when you look at this, you can apply this both in business, both in your goal, both in the things that you set out for yourself to achieve. Now you ask yourself that how does this principle apply to me? Or how can I apply this 80-20% principle? Now you need to understand that this 80%, 80-20% principle goes to show that 80% of your success will come from the 20% effort that you put into that thing. To show you that most times the 80% of the struggles that you do is most times some irrelevant. That's why you need to streamline the things that you do. And how can this thing work? How does it work? The only way that you'll be able to actualize this 80%, 80-20% principle is for you to streamline what you want to do. Get a to-do list. Set out the things that you want to achieve for yourself. What are the things you want to achieve in the order of priority, in the order of what importance? Let the best be number one, the most important number one, and up to the 100. Then you start from the bottom to strike it out. When you get when you have struck out about 80%, then you leave the 20%. It shows that from that 20% upward, that is the most important. Then you start dealing with them from that in that order. You find, what does this thing help you to do? It helps you to focus, and it helps you to stay concentrated and to know exactly what you want to achieve. Not just for you to be all about everywhere, trying to achieve everything at the same time, and you realize that you have wasted much time trying to achieve something that you streamlined if only you had set out your to-do list and listed the things that are more important than the others, and for you to know the one you want to achieve first and the one that is not that important that you achieve later, instead of doing most of the time we find ourselves doing the unimportant things first, and it's later in time now realize that I should have done this first before I the other one I did. Then by that time have already elapsed. That's why it takes us time to achieve the success that we want. It takes you time to get to your goal. It takes you time to get to your dream, to achieve that dream, that purpose, to get to that aspiration for you to actualize it, because you have spent time doing the unimportant and leaving what's the most important, because you did not itemize, did not take your time to itemize the things you want to achieve and look at the most important ones and set it out, then trash out the other ones that is not that important, in order for you to get the best results, for more efficiency, for you to get more focus and all your efforts to that task that is actually very important, that will yield the required success for you, that will yield the required success that you need to achieve. And that is why, if you can apply this 80-20% principle, you realize that things will be a lot more easier. You realize that tasks will be a lot more easier. You itemize your tasks, you put them in the order of importance, scale of preference, then choose that which is the most important, then leave the rest. And that's the only way you can achieve. You can see yourself achieving better. You see, successful people, They are, these are little habits. These are daily little habits that they do every day. They put to practice on a daily basis. But most of the time, those are not achieving more. Those who are not achieving the success that they require out of life, you see them being about everywhere because you don't know how to what prioritize what you want to achieve, and know what you want to achieve first, and know the things what to let out and things what to achieve later in time. That is why we need to put this habit into practice, and that's the only way you can get the actual result that we want out of life. Then number 5, healthy habit, life-changing habits that we need to inculcate in ourselves in order to get the required results that we want is what? To be action oriented and health conscious. Everything that we do in life, it all requires in you what? Taking action. Everything we do, in order to achieve the result, you need to what? Move. A child cannot learn how to walk if the child does not first of all take the first step. So taking the first step is the action put into the aim of what? The dream of that child was to walk. Because the first thing first is for a child to learn to stand, to crawl, to sit, crawl, then learn how to stand, then learn how to walk. For you to learn how to walk, you need to take the first step. And that's the same thing that we do. For you to get the result that you want out of life, you need to what? Take a step, take action. You need to be action what? As much as you want the result, you're result oriented. You need to be what? Action what oriented. Let be an action. That's why action is said to be what? A doing word. Action is a doing word. At every point in time, you must be found doing something. At every point in time, that's the only time you can get the result that you want. And you need to be what? Health conscious. That's why we say that a healthy man is what? Is a wealthy man. In a lot of time, we feel that I need this money. My health is not what's important. Your health is as important as that money that you're chasing. When you see the successful people, they don't joke with their health. They don't joke with their diet. They don't joke with the things that goes into their mouths, because they know that the body that is seeking to achieve this success needs to what? To be healthy. For you to get the result, for you to be standing where you're standing, giving out that great speech, for you to be every day you're going to your place of work, or every day you go to school, or you do the things, you go to your place of business every day, for you to be able to do that because you're healthy. That's why you're able to do that. When you're not healthy, there's no way that you'll be able to achieve that particular thing. There's no way you'll be able to achieve success. That's why you need to note that being health conscious is one of the healthy habits that these great successful people, they put to practice on a daily basis. They don't joke with their health. They don't deal with their health just like the way every other person out there do, because they are result oriented, goal oriented, they are goal getters, and they are seeking to achieve something in life. And that is why you need to note that your health is as important as that goal that you have set out for yourself, that thing that you've set out for yourself that you want to achieve. Don't leave it behind, because that's why you see a lot of people break down along the way, not able to achieve the success, not able to achieve the goals, not able to achieve the dreams, the things that they have set up for themselves what to achieve. So let's not take our health with levity. Now we need to implement an effective daily routine. As a successful oriented driven person, you need to implement an effective daily routine. Now that your daily routine is subdivided into your morning routine and your evening routine. Now most sometimes we have all felt that way. Have you ever felt the way that you wake up in the morning and you just feel like, oh, today I just feel like staying in bed, I don't feel like getting up, I don't feel like doing anything. You feel so unmotivated, you feel so reluctant to do anything. Now you need to note that your morning routine is not as exciting, your morning routine is not as effective as it ought to be. That is why you're feeling reluctant to do anything about that morning. And that's the same thing. Someone like, I don't feel like going to work today. I don't feel like doing anything. It shows that that thing you're doing is not giving you the joy, and that's why you don't feel like it, and it's not as effective as it ought to be. What does your morning routine do for you? Your morning routine should start up your body, should get your body stimulated to boost up your energy for inspiration. That is what your morning routine should do. get your body excited, boost up your energy level. For what? For inspiration for the day. You might see yourself waking up in the morning, where the first thing you want to do is what, to jog, or you want to what, listen to a podcast, or you want to what, read something online, or you're preparing to go to work. Maybe probably that's your own morning routine. It depends on what your morning routine is like, but your morning routine must be something that energizes what you, to inspire you, to prepare you, or to go ahead for the day's work. And when you're done with that, if it's not enough, then if it's not motivating you enough, then that means you need to review your morning routine, because that's the only way you can get energetic to do anything you want to do to achieve the result you want for that particular day. Then when you're done with your morning routine, then you have what, your evening routine. And what does your evening routine do? What does it seek to do for you? It seeks what, to distress you. Because when you've gone through all the activities for the day, you realize that you're coming back to the evening, you're feeling all the stress, all the burden, all the workload of the day is already what, on you. And that evening routine should be something that should distress you, should take your mind off work, should take your mind off the things that you have gone through in your place of work, or the things that you're doing that you've set out to do for that particular day. It should what, adequately distress you. So that's why your evening routine can be something that relaxes your mind. It should be a hobby, something you like doing, something you might be reading a book, or watching something, or watching a movie, or something that would distress your mind, that will take your mind out of what you've gone through for the day. Then that will enable you to retire very energetic, to retire what, very motivated. So the next morning you also what, waking up what, to a motivated morning routine, something that will help you what, energize your mind and heart for the day's activity. And above all, I would like to add this other life-changing habit. I said I was going to give us 5, but this is another important life-changing habit that we need to inculcate. That's what, being grateful. You need to write down 5 things that you're grateful for. That is why it's been said that being grateful fosters your gratitude. Being grateful fosters your gratitude. And what does gratitude do for you? It enables you to stay energetic at every point in time. It enables you to stay inspired at every point in time. It enables you what, to be to feel happy every time, to pursue your dream, to pursue your goal, to achieve the things that you want to achieve, to meet up with that standard that what you have set up for yourself, or to meet up with. And it enables you to be on the brighter side of life. You see things from a brighter perspective, not seeing things from a gloomy perspective. Because if you're grateful at every point in time, your heart will be what, lit. You realize that everything will be so interesting to you. You will be so happy doing everything you want to do. You will not find yourself being unhappy for the things that you have not achieved, but rather you'll be grateful for the things that you already have. And when you're grateful for the things that you have, you realize that you get much more out of the things that you're yet to achieve, because your mind will be more inspired, you'll be more optimistic to go after your goal, to achieve your dream, and that will enable you to walk in that line, and you see yourself fulfilling dreams, fulfilling purpose, and achieving all that you've set out for yourself or to achieve. Now, one thing we need to note that building daily habits is not something very easy, and it's something that is what, gradual. But at every point in time, we need to what, take it a step after the other. We need to what, put in a continuous action. Now we need to put in continuous action into the 6 life-changing habits that I've mentioned in this series. Now, what I discussed, simply try to share with us today, is life-changing habits. 6 life-changing habits that if we can inculcate it, then we'll see ourselves as high flyers, and we'll be able to actualize the result, get the result that we want, what's out of life. Number 1 that I mentioned, I said be goal oriented. Number 2 is be result driven. Number 3 is be people oriented. At every point in time, you need to be people oriented. Then number 4 is that you need to apply the 80-20% principle to show that 80% of your success comes from the 20% effort that you put, to show you that 80% of the things you do are most times irrelevant, because when you place it in the order of priority, order of scale of preference, you have 20% of the things you need to achieve, then you go for the most important ones and leave the less important. That will enable you to streamline your effort and get you what focus and to able to achieve the result that you set out for yourself or to achieve. Then the 5th thing I mentioned is to be what action oriented and also health conscious. And the last but not the least I discussed in this series is what to be what grateful. Writing down 5 things that you want grateful for. A grateful heart always what gets more. So when you're grateful, what you see yourself, when you're thankful, your tank will be full. So when you're grateful, you get much more out of life. So this is just what I have for us in this series, in today's series. So I would like us to go home and put to practice each of these life-changing habits. It might not look like, what is all this about, but if we can put to practice, take in the efforts to put these things on a daily basis into our lives, into the things that we're doing, into our daily activities, we'll find out that things will be a little much more better, and life and the goals that were set up for ourselves to achieve, you see it was quite achievable, and there's no mountains that will be too high for you or to surmount. You see yourself actualizing, getting fulfilling dreams and purpose. So let's go back and put this to practice, and I believe that things will actually what change for us. There's no self-made millionaire. There's no success does not fall from the sky or not from the moon, but rather is a daily habit. It's a simple, healthy daily habit, life-changing habit that you put into practice on a daily basis. That is what will help you to get the success you require. When your mates are succeeding and you're not succeeding yet, it shows that there's something you're not doing that they are doing that is enabling them get the result they have, they have that you don't have. Therefore, let's put all this to practice, and we'll see our lives was changing for good. Thank you very much. That's what I have for us today. God bless us all, and I pray that we'll keep on walking towards our dreams. It's quite achievable. Just be positive about it, and everything. There can be miracles when you believe. You can surmount the mountains. No mountains is too high for you to climb. Nothing is too much for you to achieve. People have gone to the moon and back, so that you can also achieve anything you've set up for your mind. If the mind can conceive it, if it's achievable, you can achieve it. Once your heart can conceive, the mind you're able to achieve it. So let's put all this to practice and live in a positive side of life and imbibe healthy habits that will help us to achieve the success that we want. Thank you very much. God bless us all as we all put this to practice.
Kingdom Radio. Anointing flow, let it flow, power flow, healing flow in this place. Holy Spirit come like the mighty rushing wind. Come and move every mountain. Power flow in this place. I declare your power all over this earth. I declare your anointing all over this place. Power of the Holy Ghost, come afresh on me. power of the Holy come out fresh, as it was on the Pentecost day. Let your power reign, as it was on the Pentecost day. Let your power reign. When the heaven is full, it rain upon the earth. When the cloud is full, they empty themselves, as it was on the Pentecost day. Let your power reign, as it was on the Pentecost day. Let your power reign. During the days of Elijah, fire came from above. In captivity in fire,